home edition of Game Time is on the air with a pair of Orlando Magic legends in the building. 3D Dennis Scott. We got the all-star point guard Jameer Nelson with us. I'm Jared Greenberg. We welcome you to the Turner family, Jameer. First round of the WNBA playoffs still to come. We begin with the quarterfinals of the FIBA World Cup. Team USA had won 5 straight major international titles and this snaps America's 58-game win streak in international play when using NBA players. Key stat in this game, free throws. After starting 10 for 10 from the line, the Americans made just 4 of their next 11. So France advances to the semifinals to face Argentina, while the red, white, and blue will play for 5th place. And after the loss to France, the conversation continued to be all about the USA players who elected not to play this summer for the red, white, and blue.
They don't want to play. They don't want to play. I know how I feel. I know how those guys feel. And that's where my head is at. Everybody, you guys are going to go on and say who we didn't have, but why don't y'all focus on who we do have? Our seasons have ended, and we came right ready to work for Coach Pop, for all these coaches. You know what I'm saying? So for us, it's not about who's not here. I've been saying that for a while. You guys are going to do your thing, but we have 12 guys that want to compete for America, just like every other country. It sucks that some of our country people don't feel that way about us, but we don't care. We wanted to compete, and we did.
To even bring something like that up, that, hey, well, you guys didn't have this guy and that guy, that's disrespectful to France or whoever else is in the tournament. France beat us. Doesn't matter who was on the team. I couldn't be more proud of these 12 guys who sacrificed their summer to come here, having never played together before. And they put themselves in the arena and competed, and they deserve credit for that, just like France deserves credit for winning. It's not about, well, the United States didn't have their other guys. There's no such thing as other guys. These are the guys that were here, and they did a great job, and I'm very proud of them.
Not the way Greg Popovich wanted his first run as head coach of USA Basketball, taking over for Mike Krzyzewski, to go. We'll talk big picture ramifications in a moment, but more importantly here, Donovan Mitchell was so good through the first 3 quarters, did not score in the fourth quarter. What happened in this game against France where USA Basketball couldn't pull it out?
Well, I don't know if he ran out of gas or anything, but I know he didn't have a great shooting night. He shot 4 for 14 from 3. With FIBA rules, you can stand in the paint and there's no 3D in terms of like Gobert standing there and altering shots and blocking shots. So it's important to make 3-point jump shots with these rules.
And it was amazing, too, in that fourth quarter when he wasn't making shots. You still go through Donovan Mitchell because we know how unselfish he is, and he'll pass the basketball if the double teams will come. When you start missing shots, you get cold of that nature. But all in all, France just brought a little bit extra tonight when they didn't shoot the ball well.
They certainly did, and it didn't seem like this team, who Greg Popovich talked so much about in the weeks leading up to the World Cup, worried about offensive chemistry. There wasn't a lot of 3-point shooting. They shot 7 of 20 from 3-point territory. The free throw shooting, as I mentioned, was miserable. There was no mid-range game. It seemed as if almost they wanted to challenge arguably the best rim protector in the world, and they got denied time and time again.
Yeah, that was real strange. Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year before in the NBA, we know his forte is blocking shots, so it was odd that, yes, you may want to attack the big guy, but why you're not drawing and kicking and find that guy in the corner, because we know the 3-point line is a little bit shorter. That was one of the issues coming into this tournament, not having a lot of outside shooting, and bit them tonight.
All right, let's talk big picture here. It is gold or bust for USA Basketball. We know that the bar is held higher for this country than any other team in the world. With that said, there was one mission that was accomplished here. They did, by reaching the quarterfinals, still qualify for the 2020 Olympic Games. And next year, you'd have to think, Jameer, this squad's going to look very different with the games being played in July as opposed to being late August, September. What is the takeaway here from Team USA not medaling, let alone winning gold in the World Cup?
Well, it's not enough. I mean, just to qualify is not enough for Team USA. I mean, they're living up the dreams of the Dream Team and teams that came after that Dream Team who were really successful. And Donovan Mitchell was right. He's passionate about, the game of basketball, and that's whether he's playing for Team USA or the Utah Jazz.
And these guys understand that. I like the way Coach Pop and Donovan handles. The A guys, yes, they're not here. These guys, to Donovan Mitchell's point, as soon as the playoffs was over, they got their minds right, and they tried to figure out, get the best chemistry they could with less than 30 days to go fight for this tournament.
Quickly, you think most of the A guys play next summer in Tokyo?
Yes, I think a lot of them, not all of them, but I think most of them do play.
Flip side of the result we've been talking about, historic win for France, and as Jameer said, the best player on the court, and it wasn't even close, was Rudy Gobert with his performance on Wednesday. The French national team beat USA for the first time ever, and now they put themselves within 2 wins of taking home gold in the World Cup.
We knew how big it would be for legacy, and once again, it doesn't mean much if we don't win the gold, but it's still, something that will go down as one of the biggest win of my careers and biggest win of French basketball for sure.
The win or go home theme continues next here on Game Time with the first round of the WNBA playoffs. Scored the Mercury 61-35 after halftime. So here's what we got now. A second round, again, winner take all. Sunday on ESPN2. 3 Eastern, the coverage starts with the Storm and the Sparks. And then at 5 Eastern, it's the Sky and the Aces. Talk more about the WNBA playoffs here. A big week for our next guest going into the Tennessee Hall of Fame. Named the WNBA Player of the Weekend. Most important of all, it was announced that Candace Parker is coming back to the Turner Sports family for the upcoming NBA season. Candace, congratulations on all of that. We don't want to know anything about your big playoff matchup coming up here. You just fired up to join us back here in studio?
I am excited to rejoin the family. I miss my guys. I miss you guys. Been a little busy this summer, but I'm excited to get back.
And it's exciting to see you back on the court. Strong finish for you after some injuries. So now that you know who you're playing in the second round, and this is different for NBA fans. This is much like the games you call in March Madness here for Turner Sports, where if you don't win the game, your season's over. What's the pressure-packed feeling, and what's the scouting report?
We know we got our work cut out for us. Seattle played a great game. Obviously, their guard play was extremely well tonight with Canada and Jewel Lloyd really carrying the load. So I think just defensively, that's where we start. I know Coach Fisher would love hearing that, but I really do think that if we take care of business defensively, we're able to get out and transition. That's what we want to do.
Hey, Kansas, how you doing? It's Jameer here. My question is, having a layoff, I know, playing in the league it can go either way. Do you feel like you guys will lose your rhythm, or you needed to break?
I'm always for rest, especially as I've gotten older. I think it's better to be able to kind of recoup, get back to practice. We had a real tough practice today, tried to simulate game. But, of course, in those first 2 minutes of the game, it doesn't matter how much you try to practice hard. You're going to be tired. And it's just fighting through those first 2 minutes, getting into the flow of the game and getting your rhythm back. And I take rest anytime because I think it helps down the stretch in the fourth quarter and, hopefully the next round of playoffs.
And, Candace, I want to go big picture with you. Obviously, playoffs are big, but going into Tennessee Hall of Fame, you've had a great career. What advice would you give young women out there to stay focused and want to love the game of basketball like you've had your whole career?
The game of basketball has given me so much. I mean, I've been able to travel abroad. I've been able to, a lot of the relationships that I have are through the game of basketball. I get to go on set and talk about basketball for a living and obviously get to play it. So I think I would just say, just follow your love and, a team atmosphere, whether you're going to play professionally or not, being on a team really teaches you about life. It teaches you how to work in the workforce. Because everything you do is going to require team effort. And so I would just really encourage everybody to just stick with it and to just work as hard as you can.
I don't know if we can even add to that. That's an outstanding answer there. It seemed like a Hall of Fame type of answer.
Jared, I appreciate it.
Seemed like a great analyst answer. She's got her analyst hat on and her basketball shorts on simultaneously, just like 3D does, sitting with us on this set.
Well, I'm hoping it doesn't take me as long to transition back to being an analyst as it did a basketball player because it was too much fun with you guys. Got me a little overweight for the season, so I'm going to have to watch out this upcoming season. 3D was trying to get me Skittles, all that other stuff. So none of that this year.
So that's why. So Derek Fisher needs to come after 3D. That's what's going on here.
3D and Chuck are the two.
Hey, that's right. Rookies got to bring it in. Rookies got to do their jobs now.
Hey, Candace, we appreciate you not going 0 dark 30 on us during the playoffs. Thanks for joining us. Best of luck Sunday.
All right, I appreciate you guys.
All right, there she is.
No, she's great. She gets it done.
All right, more from the World Cup when we return with Jameer Nelson in 3D here on Game Time.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.